Hello, world, and all you people tuning in. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're there. Today, I'd like to talk about gaining traction. Now, gaining traction is not like a car moving the tires, spinning them, and moving the car forward. It might seem like that sometimes when you're trying to do things in life and you're really not sure how to get it in momentum and get it moving forward. So, today, I'm going to talk about the second book that I'm writing. And people always say, well, how long did it take you to write it? Well, it took me as long as it took me. I just do a little bit each day. And when I get discouraged or I think, oh, this is taking forever, when is it going to get finished? It's going to get done when it gets done. But the traction I'm talking about is I'm towards the end of the book and I'm adjusting some things that needed to be rewritten. And it just seems like, oh, why I want it to be the word was and not is, and what about this and what about that? And then I look at it and I say, wait a minute, I wrote a book. I'm almost done with my second book. Wow. So I don't think about how long it's taking, because if I did, I'd get discouraged a long time ago. But right now, I think about every action I take, every time I open the file, every time I tweak something, it's getting traction, it's moving it forward. It is in creation mode. And I think the best example I have is when I was a computer programmer. I first was on the job and they gave me an assignment and I was having to do a little bit of research. I was trying to figure out the details of what they wanted me to write. And I was getting a little frantic, a little anxious, and I was like, well, I should be starting right now and digging in and doing this program and writing the report. And then I realized afterwards the research was part of the job. I didn't know what they wanted, so I had to find out. I had to dig a little. I had to try a few things. I had to give them samples. And I kept thinking I was feeling guilty for not just starting immediately. And once I got that out of my head, I was like, oh, it's just going to take what it takes. Yeah, I had deadlines. I want to finish this book by the end of July, so we have a few more days of that month at the moment. But the key is that I'm making traction. I'm getting somewhere. And I have to give myself a lot more credit for that. So any of you that are working on things that you don't think you're making any movement or momentum forward, give yourself credit for where you are right here and right now. Because there's a lot more going on than you think is. So that's the tip I have for you today. I'd love to hear your stories about traction. Yes, you can liken it to the Flintstones and moving their little feet and trying to get the car moving. Anything that would give insight to others, I'd love to hear it. So pound sign psychic senses for those of you that have never seen me before. And those that have, yeah, drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. So I will talk to you again real soon. Bye for now.